Okay, Michael, I got your message. Whoa, where are you? Oh, there you are. Got your message. What's wrong? And oh, what's wrong, Michael?
I played too many sad video games. I don't know anymore. I can't decide anything.
Well, what's wrong? You can talk to me.
I was trying to make a sandwich and I didn't know if I should put mayonnaise on my sandwich. Like, why should I put mayonnaise on my sandwich? I don't get it anymore. I don't understand.
Well, this should be an easy decision, shouldn't it?
Should it? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Why should I put mayonnaise on my sandwich? It doesn't make any sense, Alfredo.
No, Michael, what doesn't make any sense is that you pulled me over for mayonnaise. I thought it was an emergency. God damn it, get your shit together. By the way, you got your review degree.
Yeah, shit, you're right.
Well, alright then, let's get started.
Welcome everyone to the monthly review of Moody March. I'm sorry for the continuity error here. I shaved my beard and cut my hair, and this is during the daytime when the intro was during the night. But anyways, this is the month of emotions, mysteries, and a little bit of horror. Here we try to do on this channel a little bit of horror every month. I'm a big fan of horror, so I mean, there's so many horror games too, so I want to do it as often as I can. I know I'm really behind on the reviews, and I'll keep mentioning this until I catch up to remind myself, because I still gotta do like 3 more. So hopefully we can get, all caught up. So get it together, homie. I'm not gonna give up on these reviews. I'm gonna catch up, and we will watch them together. Okay? I plan to do a little party thing at the end of the year. We'll do a little stream. We'll watch all the reviews and just talk about things we can do for the next year. I think that'll be great. But anyways, without further ado, I hope you all enjoy this very emotional review. Alright, we started off with quite a new game that actually came out in February, and I was excited to try it out. This was made by Bloober Team, the famous team behind the Layers of Fear games, Observer, and the Blair Witch game. Besides Observer, their games have always been a great sight to behold, but lackluster in the gameplay department. With that in mind, I must say this was quite different. The gameplay was very engaging and innovative, and had me wanting to finish the entire story. There were a few scares that I really wasn't expecting. Shut up, shark. Oh my god, what the fuck? And despite that, though, it still was a one-time playthrough for me. It was a great story, but there wasn't enough agency or interesting mechanics to make me want to come back. These guys are great at telling a story, and the mystery had me hooked. I won't go into detail because I do recommend checking it out, but this game was just overall fantastic. I gave this game a 7.5, an overall good game, and I recommend it if you want to get a good thriller / mystery game. I'm excited to see what Bloober Team will be working on next. Our second game was also a new game of the year. Sorry, November, you getting jealous? Little Nightmares 2 was in my sights ever since we played the first one back in October. I wanted more of these Shadowbox environments, and I wanted more of our yellow raincoat friend, and we got both of them. This time around, we play as our little friend Mono. Eventually find Six, our yellow coat friend, the main character from the first game, and play through the game as a duo. The puzzles and environments are truly engaging, and this time around it's a bit longer. But I was hooked the whole way through. The story is a bit confusing as usual, but still a good ride. I hope I can someday figure out what's going on with the story. Maybe I gotta look up some stuff online. But either way, I'm still enjoying this series in general. I give this game an 8.75, an amazing game that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Just don't fall off. You might not know what's lurking below. Probably the floor, though. When I pick games for my stream, I will often look for ones that have been sitting in my library for a long time. This one stuck out to me and I definitely wanted to check it out for Moody March. I'll tell you now, this game isn't recommended for its gameplay. It was overall mediocre. Simple puzzles and the abstract, whimsical, storybook-like art are charming, but didn't quite grasp my attention. The combat was pushed a lot, but it was never a fun thing to really do. No, the thing that really grasped me in this game was the story and how it tells of a man with an average life who gets in a car accident. We enter the mind and play as the main character, Dusty, who represents his sense of purpose in life who has become comfortable and sedentary. The brain is infected with plagues representing depression, with the 3 plagues being hopelessness, fear, and poor health. The music and voice acting was quite adorable, but average at best. I wasn't a big fan of some of the voice actors' performances, but the environment design was refreshing, reminding me of games like Samaras by Amanita Design. Lastly, the pacing was good. I never felt stuck for too long, only when I got distracted by talking on the stream, with no agency besides collecting secrets. I gave this game a 7.75, another game I'll only play once, but it was definitely a good short experience. Thank you, Bedtime Digital Games. You guys definitely create some games with some whimsical and lovable environments. If you like this game, support them by demoing Figment 2 in production, or checking out their other games available on Steam. Now these are the kind of games that really make Moody March what it is. An exploring narrative walking sim that explores the idea of how humans act when backed into an uncontrollable corner. A small religious town plagued by a mysterious light and signal causing a strange sickness to befall the entire town. First, they start having nosebleeds, and then start to fall into a strange hysteria, and then being Thanos snapped into small particles of light. The story was fantastic. It has to be. It's the very basis of the game. The soundtrack is phenomenal as well. It's so theatrical that it surprised me to hear it on a theatrical playlist randomly while I was reading. The voice acting was also fantastic, something I honestly wish could carry over to audiobooks. It reminded me of an audiobook series called Conceptions of Fear. All I can say is I was very enthralled by it, like the sound effects, the amazing like voice acting with the environmental, audio effects. I know I'm repeating myself, but like I mean that's all I can think of is just like I had really awesome sound effects and the voice acting was great and it just, and they were British, so it all fits this game style. But anyways, as an exploration game, you could miss a lot of narrative hiding around. They urge you to explore as much as you can, and at times you could miss some very key points. But for downsides, there's not much game here. You're simply walking around and listening and watching a light show explaining the events that occurred. Don't grab this game if you want some action-packed, engaging gameplay and also, some actual interactive stuff. You're literally watching a story. Also, I had issues with the guiding orb of light leading me into dead ends and just not moving at all. And they added running to the game after post-release, but you can't really notice it, so that was something I'm sure it's effective, but I feel like I'm barely moving. In the end, I gave this game an 8. It's fantastic as a one-time game, and if you want a great narrative, either watch or play the game to support the developers. Alright. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a little game that I spotted a while ago and wanted to check out, and honestly, I was a little underwhelmed. This game has a great reason to be the way it is, and I'm not knocking it down because of it. Honestly, most of my criticisms are just a personal dislike rather than an objective disagreement. First, the speed of the character is gruelingly slow, but it's to the character's background. She is old and struggling to take care of her farm. With this speed, things can be very anxiety-inducing, as there are plenty of things you can do each day, but the day goes by quick, and there's just no time to get everything done. So if you're a very impatient person like myself, this may be very infuriating for you. Besides that, the game was decent. I gave it a 7. There are a few technical issues with objects being lost and mechanics not working, but hey, it had some interesting workarounds. Now, of course, I never finished this game as I was a little tired of the game loop, so of course, this isn't a full playthrough review. It's still done very well. It's just not the game for everyone, of course. I love the adorable art style and the story being told by letters received by this damn dude who leads so quick, god damn it. But yeah, check it out if you want. Maybe you might have more patience than me. I must say, I wasn't sure what to expect with this game. Only because I was told there was a lot of emotion behind this game and it gave people them feels we don't really like to admit to. My first reaction wasn't that at first, for the beginning was a great show, but it was hard for me to compassionately empathize with the characters. But of course I still cognitively empathized nonetheless. It was later in the game that the story was getting really crazy. Not that the first chapter wasn't a little crazy with the introduction of her powers, but as we learned more about Chloe, I realized how much I don't like her character. I also learned how much these situations happen to a lot of people. You feel obligated to compassionately help people that are going through a lot of emotional trauma. And since this is an existential Since this is existential gamers, we definitely have to talk about the psychology and philosophy behind the game. I've read about this toxic character before in Robert Greene's Laws of Human Nature, the compulsive adolescent rebel. This honestly made me have no problem making a lot of the decisions that I had to in this game. Despite that, this game still makes you ask some interesting questions, like most of us wonder. If you had the ability to change things, would it really make things better? Or should you just accept fate and move on? Of course, since it's a video game, you could just do everything right by starting over with the info you now have, but as a first time playthrough, I must say this game was a trip. I give this game a 9.75, definitely high on my radar, it deserves it. Everything about it was fantastic, and it even made me want to play it again. Also, kudos for using music from other musicians, making it feel like a movie, and also supporting other artists, even if they're more well known. If you haven't played this masterpiece, definitely check it out. You won't regret it. This game right here, fucking awesome, my dude. Night in the Woods creates a whimsical world out of the mundane that makes you want to know more and more about its inhabitants. I enjoyed this game very much, and it was easy to get lost in the world of Margaret Borowski, or May, as everyone calls her. A cat who just dropped out of college due to stress, anxiety, depression, and a weird voice in her head. The story really gets intense, and honestly I wish it was a bit longer, but I still enjoyed what I got. The characters were all really great and fun to relate to, but my most favorite one was Greg and his intense energy. Crimes! Crimes! The art for this game is fantastic and adorable. Its style is pleasing to the eyes. Mixing that art with how the gameplay is sort of a platformer but crossed over with a narrative game makes it very innovative. For agency, this game actually had a lot going for it. There's plenty of stuff to do on the side, and story you could possibly miss if you decided to be sad and sleep in. Yeah, it sounds like me. No, I'm just kidding. Not anymore. Maybe? I don't know anymore. My favorite was a roguelike dungeon crawler where you are scaling your castle fighting all types of ghoulish creatures. But anyways, at the end of the day, I gave the game a 9.75, también, because goddamn, this game was legendary and I can't wait to see something new from this developer. Oh, before I go, I forgot one last thing. The soundtrack is great. I had some great music played by the band you are a part of in this game. And I forgot to say, yeah, this game is also a rhythm game. I wanted to sing one of the songs that you do an instrumental of in this game. And if you like the music, check out Soft Girl on Spotify or wherever you get your music. I wanted to do a little homage to my Karaoke Thursday I used to do. Rest in peace. Without further ado, here is Weird Autumn.
Some people are one way, that's how they stay. Some people find one life, they live that way. Hey man, have you seen her around? Have you seen her today? Weird Autumn, Weird Autumn. I only knew her a week before she went away. Weird Autumn, Weird Autumn. Sometimes you can't see someone until they're gone. But some people never stop, they're always moving on.
Now, man, have you seen her around? Have you seen her today?
Weird Autumn, Weird Autumn,
I only knew her a week before she went away.
Weird Autumn, Weird Autumn.
Out on Arbor Street, I saw Autumn leave, her family drove away. I can't sell that house, so empty it stays. I never knew why that was, and never kissed it, cause an Autumn was weird in a way that stayed in the house, and weird it remains. Hey, have you seen her around? Have you seen it today?
Weird Autumn, Weird Autumn,
I only knew her a week before she went away.
Weird Autumn.
Yeah. Hey man, have you seen her around? Have you seen her today?
Weird Autumn,
Weird Autumn. I only knew her a week before she went away.
Weird Autumn, Weird Autumn.
Weird Autumn. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, that was far from perfect, but I have to get it done, and honestly, that's one thing I'm trying to get past now, is waiting until my videos are perfect. They're not going to be perfect, just like my singing before wasn't perfect, but I did it, right? I completed it, and that's the point. I get so afraid of completing things because I want everything to be 100%, I want things to be amazing, and they never will be. I know this isn't a faux or anything like that, but I just want to explain why I've been so behind on these. I get busy, but a lot of times I'm mostly playing video games or streaming, and I have plenty of time to work on these, and I don't. And I'm always thinking about, oh, it has to be perfect, it has to be like this, it has to be that, I have to provide all this information. I have to understand it's never gonna be perfect. I think if you look back at any of those my past reviews, they none of them were perfect. You know, perfect doesn't exist. But you know what? They are perfect. They're perfect because they're done. Right? They're that review, and this one's gonna be perfect as well. I should say it like that. They are perfect, not in a delusional sense, but in a realistic sense, right? They are complete. They're done. Moving on to the next one. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I even wore the same shirt to keep with consistency, but it's been like 7 months since I started working on this one. It took way too long for this. I'm hoping for the next one it won't take as long, but you know, fingers crossed. But I have 7 more reviews to do, so I gotta get started on this, guys. We're already back to October, which is when I first started doing this series. I had other series planned, but it's just too much work, so I'm gonna stop doing faux. I'm gonna stop doing some plays. There's one I do want to complete. I want to do the Disneyland one because I really enjoyed that stream, and I might do Sekiro if I have time, but I hardly doubt it. That's gonna be just on the back burner. I'm also gonna stop with a lot of other stuff because I just want to focus on the reviews and the streams. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy March's monthly review, and hopefully the April one will be coming out very soon. You guys take care and have a good one.